What's up, people? My name is Ibi, and I will be talking to you about students who are planning to either relocate to the UK, or maybe you want to start your master's program or your undergrad or whatever it is that you want to do with your own money. So um this video is basically, I'm going to make it really short because I hate it when a video is way too long. Once it exceeds 10 minutes, I'm just not very interested. So just because I know this, I'm just going to make this snappy so you wouldn't have to spend so much time watching this. But if you stay tuned, you may you may see some hear some very key information that you may need for yourself or maybe for your friends. By the way, this is my very first YouTube video and Facebook video, so do not be upset if I blink a little bit. So okay, now listen, I have one of the plans and one of the things that you need to know when you want to start your master's program or probably want to travel is that you need to plan and decide. So planning and deciding includes basically your ability to think about what exactly you need to do. You have concluded, okay, you say you want to travel, okay, what have you got in place? What things have you got in place? So basically you need money. That's the first thing. You need money. So do your research. Which university do you want to go to? How much do you have? Once you have figured these things out, you can conclude on which university you want to go to. Once you know the university and the amount that they would need you to pay, of course, most universities require you to pay probably half of the tuition fee, which is, if it is £14,000, you would have to pay £7,000. You can convert that to naira and you see the difference. So you have to pay that. Some universities basically ask you for less, probably £4,000. So take that into consideration. After that, you can think about your accommodation, because that's another thing. Accommodation is very key. If you have a friend that you think could give you a hand, that could help you in the UK, speak to them regularly and make sure they do not disconnect. So always try to stay connected, get in contact with them at all times, and if they are always talking to you and you guys are still close, that would help. Because the reason why I'm telling you to always stay connected and always make sure that you are always in contact with them is because some people will promise you heaven on earth, to say, oh yes, when you come to the UK, I'll help you. Man, we've been friends for years, right? Your best friends of 5 years ago is no longer the same person. If he had left you 5 years ago, he's never ever going to be the same person. Just know this. If you know this, then you wouldn't have problems with people. So you may come to the UK and thinking, oh yes, my best friend, one of my friends, my very good friends, my school friends, is in the UK and is going to help me out when I get to the UK. Well, you have a point with a friend, but he may not help you. By the time you get to the UK, he probably wouldn't even tell you where he was living in. And by the time you get to the UK, you ask him, oh, I have arrived. My brothers, especially some of those of us who like to surprise people, I have arrived. If you just say I have arrived without probably maybe telling him when, he will end up not responding to you, and you may be left stranded. And that's frustrating, especially when you're traveling to a new country. You'll be frustrated and disappointed, and that's not very good for anyone. So make sure you know your friends or family or whoever very well, and make sure that they are people who wouldn't disappoint you. Once that's sorted out, once you're certain about that, good, you're good to go. And that's because that's very, very important. A lot of people don't think that's important, but that's very, very crucial. It's very important. So another factor is making sure you have extra cash. Just it's basically the same as the previous point I just pointed out, because if you have extra money, at least you'll be able to take care of your situation, at least for the time being, while you're looking for somewhere else to stay, you know. And in my next video, I'll be talking about the most affordable cities for students. But about the process, if you want to ask me questions about the procedures, I can, you know, offer a bit of information, or I can share some links with you, like general links. You know, I'm not giving immigration advice per se. I'm just giving you general links that you can use to you know, have access to those information. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video, where I'll be talking about the most affordable cities for students to live in, because that's very important. Thank you.